All week long, News 2 is on tour in Montgomery County, sharing stories in every newscast about what makes this community unique.
And this morning, we are learning how Clarksville is linked to our country's first poet laureate and also a well-known author. Here's News 2's Jaxie Pigeon.
One of the most important writers in the 20th century came from this area, never forgot about this area, always had a connection with this area.
In 1905, Robert Penn Warren was born in Guthrie, Kentucky, just over the border with Tennessee. He grew up there, immersed in literature and language, graduating from the Guthrie School at just 15 years old.
He'd read all the books in the house, and he thought he'd like to go to Vanderbilt. And the story goes that his mother said, "I'm not quite ready for you to go to college, you're 15. And so the compromise was that he came to Clarksville and did his senior year of high school at Clarksville High School. And the information I have is that he rode the train from Guthrie to Clarksville every day to go to school. So that's our main claim to fame.
Warren certainly left his mark at Clarksville High and played a key role as the editor-in-chief of the school's magazine called The Purple and Gold.
The very first work in this book is RPW, Robert Penn Warren, 1921, called The Dream of a Driller, and it's a 2-page short story. And the interesting thing to me is that in some ways, I mean, even though he was, I think, 16, 15 maybe when he wrote this, it's typical of a lot of what he wrote later in that the whole entire story is set in nature. The fog lifted, the scene changed, there was a thunderous roar.
He also penned the school's senior creed.
I believe in the glories of our past, in the honors of our present, and the brilliancy of our future. I believe in ignoring the freshmen, in teaching unto the softs better manners, and enduring the juniors. Amen.
He's widely known for publishing All the King's Men, which is still considered one of the best American political novels ever written.
A man comes to power, a Hitler, a Stalin, any man of power, because he fills some need and preys on some weakness of people in his context.
He always said it wasn't about Huey P. Long, right? It was about something much bigger and broader than that, which is this impulse that Americans have toward leadership and conflicts about that. And my students were pretty shocked to see how many parallels there are with, current events.
Throughout his life, he was a poet, critic, novelist, and teacher, sharing his wealth of knowledge with students at Vanderbilt, Yale, Southwestern College, the University of Minnesota, and Louisiana State University.
He seems to have always been generous in sharing his connections and his opinions and his knowledge about contemporary literature at the time with his students.
He ultimately solidified himself as one of America's most distinguished authors.
He is the only person to have won the Pulitzer Prize in poetry and fiction, and he won twice for poetry. He was the first poet laureate of the United States.
Although he only spent a short amount of time in Montgomery County, he'd never forget about the experiences he had in Tennessee.
Mostly he lived in California and Italy and Vermont and Connecticut, but he always maintained a connection with this area, and it figures enormously into his works.
Yes, they do have a Robert Penn Warren collection at Austin Peay State, and you can go in, like you said, with the white gloves, you get the full experience there. And she does teach a lot of his work, but especially All the King's Men. And when she asked her students one time if they knew who he was, one of them raised his hand and said, "Yes, I live in his apartments," because where that old Clarksville High School was.
Still says that.
It says Robert Penn Warren Apartments.
Look at
so
that.
there you go.
That's some amazing history there in Clarksville. It's so cool. And I saw the Western Kentucky logo there a little bit, Marcus. It looks like there was some connection too with your alma mater.
I'm gonna have to look into that a little bit more.
Yeah, the Guthrie native.
Okay, makes sense.
But of course, everyone knows All the King's Men, movie, book. I mean,
big deal.
Very famous.
Awesome.
Good stuff, Jaxie. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Jaxie. All right.